Hello and welcome to the awesome poker course of the Academy. This course has 100 lessons that cover basic concepts, advanced strategies, and discussions that are absolutely essential for every poker player in our days. Since the poker boom of 2003, when Chris Moneymaker won the WSOP main event, No Limit Texas Hold'em became the most popular poker game by a mile. 2 decades later, we see that the interest and excitement around the world with this form of poker is still growing. This means that a lot of players constantly try to outplay their competition. Your own competition might be your home game, regular tournaments in your hometown, online tournaments on your favorite online gaming site, or international tournaments of any kind. You can be sure that your competitors are spending time and money to find the angle that would give them an edge over you. There are a lot of ways to improve your game. There are books, online courses, private coaches, and above all, experience. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or a stone-cold pro. This course will upgrade your skills and comprehension of the game, and will give you the most comfortable environment to bring your game to the next level. Our 100 lessons cover advanced pre-flop theory, advanced post-flop theory, advanced psychological analysis and gameplay, advanced outgame concepts, advanced tournament strategies, and advanced preflop strategy. Those lessons would give you the tools to not only understand your own style of play, but also they would arm you with mathematical and statistical tools. They're lessons that cover physiological concepts, like biases, that are bound to affect players when they're playing with money. Poker is a complex game. Becoming and staying a winning poker player, in our days, is a tough task for anyone and requires daily effort. Our course will give you the tools and the proper instruction to rely less on intuition and more on math. But soon after we do that, we'll come back and value our intuition again because it's valuable. We'll use game theory concepts to better understand the strategic environment that poker presents us, and we'll adopt a new way to look at short-term results. All these lessons will allow you to make better decisions and better analyses altogether. Did you know that you can pick up on tells even if you play online? Well, you certainly can. Our day's poker is a mixture of both live and online play. You can argue that online poker is much more common and available than live play. Even though online poker has been around for quite a while, there's a lot more to learn and improve when it comes to the outer ring of our strategies. The basic game is the same, but if you don't pay attention to basic tells that you can pick up on, or in the same sense, not give up tells yourself, you might find yourself losing money. Are you still struggling with dealing with bad beats? It's safe to assume that at least sometimes you have trouble dealing with bad luck. Let's face it, poker is a game of variance. Your outcomes are not certain in the short run, and it could be pretty frustrating. In this course, we want to work on that aspect also. Not only in a lesson that addresses that specifically, but also throughout the course. The way that we approach the game will give you the right mindset that allows you to see the big picture. How familiar are you, really, with creating and adjusting open raising ranges pre-flop? Most poker players don't bother building ranges. Even worse, they might think it has no value. The best players in the world today know that there's no other way to play winning poker without playing pre-flop ranges that don't get you in tough situations and allow you to get into scenarios that complement your game style. There are no magic ranges that are perfect. Correct ranges need to take into account a lot of factors, and one of them is your own game style. This means you have no choice but to learn how to build those ranges and adjust them yourself. Do you alter your playing strategy when you play bounty tournaments as opposed to freeze-out tournaments? Different types of tournaments require different strategies. Moreover, there are playing styles that are less suitable for certain types of tournaments. We're going to cover that in depth, addressing turbo tournaments, satellite, and rebuy tournaments. Did you know that the board texture is often not less important than your hole cards? Most players look at their own cards. Some players try to condition their own hand strength on the action that took place, but do you take into account the board texture? In this course, we're going to spend some time analyzing that. We're going to find how much the board texture is important and how sometimes it's the only thing that's important. Do you pay attention to whether or not you're falling for common biases while playing poker? Biases are part of everyday life. We never really make decisions without unintentionally taking into account irrelevant information. When it comes to judging people or forming a political opinion, there's not much harm in that. When it comes to poker, it's going to cost us a lot of money. There are several biases that could affect your game. One of them is confirmation bias. This is the bias that states that we tend to search for evidence that supports our own beliefs and what we consider to be a good move. The way to overcome this bias is first to be aware that we're taking certain evidence too seriously and ignoring other evidence. The second step is being less attached to the current point of view. Say we're playing way too much with low pocket pairs from early position. We tend to forget how many times we invested chips pre-flop and missed the flop, or flopped a set and won a relatively small pot, and remember too vividly the times where we flopped a set and won a big pot. This might lead to big losses in the long run that you might never admit to. Those kinds of assessments are what our course is all about. One of the most important things you will learn is that playing poker is just one aspect of being a poker player. You have to invest time in reviewing your sessions, keep track of your bankroll, and be aware of your game selection. Part of the battle is fought outside of the poker table, and our course covers that to a great extent. We hope you'll enjoy our course, and we wish you the best of luck.